Hello, once again, you're welcome to the program Inside Politics, which is always coming to you from Frontline TV. And today I have a guest. I'm going to introduce him, but before then, my name is Musa Calvin, your host on the program, saying you're welcome to another interesting, intriguing discussion on the program Inside Politics. And I have with me, like I said earlier, Ambassador James Benjamin, who is also a political analyst and a motivational speaker. He's going to participate in today's discussion. Ambassador James Benjamin, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for hosting me on this amazing media platform. Thank you, sir.
All right, now for us to proceed in the program, Ambassador James, there's something that has been happening of late, that has caused a lot of stir. It has caused a lot of tension, uncertainty, and also it has caused a lot of people to be asking questions. You know, in a political setup like the one that we have in Nigeria, when certain things change, maybe because the people are used to the past way of doing things in politics, but now things happen so fast, so quick, that it has made a lot of people to be asking questions. Now, our main concern today is this issue of defection. Defection, because you will agree with me that in recent times, there has been the talk and the moves of people from one political party in the country to another political party, most especially to the ruling present political party, which is the APC. You understand? People have been defecting from one other party to realign to the APC. Now, we're going to take a look at that because it's actually worrisome in certain quarters, just that maybe some people have not built up that courage to come out and say anything, but so many people have been asking questions. So in case if you're just going to continue with us in the course of the program for the next few minutes, you can as well drop your comment at the comment section and we'll surely get back to you. Don't forget, the program is Inside Politics and it's coming to you from Frontline TV. So now, political defection during campaign, the dangers it portrays that has to do with the political defection. Now, the act of elected officials or party members abandoning their political party for another has become a recurring feature in modern democratic systems, particularly during election and campaign periods. I believe you will agree with me. Now, while defection is often defended as a matter of conscience and ideological realignment, its prevalence during campaign seasons raises serious concern about political stability, democratic integrity, and public trust. In a campaign year that we're in now in the country, political defection is rarely accidental. It is frequently driven by calculations of electoral advantage rather than genuine ideological disagreements. Politicians may defect to parties perceived to be more popular, better funded, or likely to win power. This opportunistic behavior weakens the ideological foundation of political parties and reduces politics to a game of survival rather than service. How would you react to this intro, Ambassador James Benjamin?
You know, the truth of the matter is, we are stepping away from, the beliefs of the founding fathers in the political hemisphere. Now, if you look at the First Republic, where we have the MPC in the north, where we have the NCNC in the southeast, we have the AG Action Group in the southwest, and we also have the NCNC in the Midwest. Now, if you look at the concept of their politics during that time in the First Republic, it was actually built on political ideologies. People were driven on political ideologies and regional beliefs, regional developmental beliefs. So every of the party actually sprang up representing a region. So by the end of the day, there was a merger between NCNC and MPC to actually form a government of the day, which actually produced Tafawa Balewa as the Prime Minister and Nnamdi Azikiwe as the Governor General. Now, if you look at that merger, it was battered out of, a regional interest. But what we are seeing currently now is personal interest against national interest.
That's from the leaders of certain political
From
parties
from
that
all
defect
these
to
guys
another party.
defecting and all that. The moment you take away power and opportunity for somebody to contest, probably because of some, principles in the party, the person just jumps to the next party. If you look at European politics and United States politics, you discover that, these Democrats and the Republicans all have their ideology, and people are driven to vote for them based on the ideology they market. So I would rather say we might end up drifting into a one-party state. And I am not excited for the APC because at the end of the day, there might be an implosion. This is a strange bedfellow coming together to stay. So everybody is coming, at the end of the day, if a governor moves to APC, he's coming to be the leader of the party. And he's coming there, and in that state, and in that structure, he's coming to reintroduce another structure, thereby probably doing away with the current structure on ground. It's a matter of time. There's going to be chaos at the end of the day. Interest. It's all about interest. Yeah.
Now, you see, what is actually happening in Nigeria is something that is very worrisome in so many quarters, because just like you said, that if care is not taken, being that so many people have defected to one singular party per se, you understand, there's that fear of impulsion, right? And there's something that I came across just a couple of days ago, that even somebody from the main ruling party said caution should not be thrown to the wind. That there are a lot of things that some of them have been in that party for long. So somebody coming now will not just expect them to leave where they are, or they will not even be given any appointment or any responsibility. Now, there's a story of, you remember this boat, this famous film called the Titanic. You understand? And it was believed that the Titanic is a boat that cannot sink.
That was the whole thing they sold out initially. That is, it can't sink.
It's very impossible for it to even have any mechanical fault. Now, the person was saying something in respect to that, so that it will not implode.
That's true.
You understand? But nevertheless, we are not against people defecting from one party to another. It's their own personal decision. But the worrisome part is it to the advantage of the electorate and the common man, or is it to their own interest? So those are some of the thoughts of the people and the questions that they are always asking. Now, what were the most significant dangers of all this political defection during campaigns is the erosion of voters' trust.
That's true.
Now, citizens vote not only for individuals, but also for the platforms and values of political parties. Now, these political parties, how do they intend to hold their value if people now come to them?
That's why I said earlier on in my opening statement that this whole thing is driven to have access to power. The ruling party welcomes that. The most important thing, they want to, amass as many governors, as many top politicians as possible, so as to stay in power for a while, so as to win the 2027 general election. But the truth of the matter is, these ones that are coming are still the same one that insulted the same party.
Per se.
One of the former governors of Rivers State, we hear him say, how can he leave PDP that has headache into APC that has cancer? If you check most of them defecting to APC, if we can do a retrospective overview of what they've said in the past, we discover that they've actually said so many things against PDP,
the ruling party.
But what changed today? They just get back to that same ruling party. The truth of the matter, and I will keep saying it on any fora, that most of our politicians are driven by personal interest, not the interest of the people. You can't tell me that a whole state will give you a block vote and get you into government house and show serious, rejection of the other party, and you now carry that same, opportunity and move it in, carry it into another party. Because at the end of the day, most people, go and check most states, Akwa Ibom, Enugu, check most states that actually moved from PDP into APC. Most of the citizens are thrown off balance. But excuse me, the election, it will actually redefine the whole thing. It will actually make a bold statement to politicians that people sometimes is not the number of governors in a party that will give you the electoral vote. I hope you know last election, 2023, P2B had no House of Rep, no senator, no any political office, but yet he was able to pull, as INEC alleged, 6 point something million. But PDP, who had some governors, pulled 6 points, just few fraction away.
But the
from
margin
it.
is not much.
It's not much. So that's what I'm saying, that very soon Nigerians will come out to make a bold statement that it's not about the conglomeration or convergence of many governors into a particular political party. It's about the citizens and those that are eligible to vote.
Now, the question that I've been hearing so many people from many quarters, people asking is, why defect? Because you are already there as the number one citizen of that state.
Yeah.
Why defect? I don't know when this issue of this word realignment came into being, but they said they want to realign. They want to realign. Well, everybody's free. It's free. It's democracy.
Freedom of association.
You understand? And it's very free for you to go from one place to another place.
Yeah.
But just like you said, it's now all about the people. Not because of their selfish interest. Because report has it that in one of the states, you understand, that the people have already started reacting as to why there was a sudden move from where the person is to another place. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of quietness for now. But we're hoping and praying that there will not be any impulsion. Because everybody, as politics is in the country, you have that right. It's your right to go from one place to another. But then what of the people? And another question that so many people have been asking is that these same people that move from one party and defect to another party are still card-carrying members of the former party.
Yeah.
Now, if they move, that seat that they occupy, is it going to be declared vacant? Or are they still going to continue? They have been asking so many questions. How will you react to that?
I can't remember the section in the Constitution that actually said, but it's still not subject to, contention. But the truth of the matter is, if you are elected under a political party and you want to defect to another, that seat is supposed to be declared vacant.
Yes.
That seat is supposed to, because every candidate, you don't see the name of the candidate on the ballot. You see the name and the logo of the party. So these things, the party is the one that is believed to be the driver of those elections. So when you are porting from one party to another, ideally the candidate is supposed to vacate that position. And a rerun, an election again is supposed to be carried out
by the independent electoral commission.
But currently, what we are seeing in Nigeria is when you defect, you still carry the position and still go to the other side. That cannot help our politics in Nigeria until there is a review, and until people of like minds, people that believe in the future of this country, come out and put the record straight. We will keep having this gale of defection year in, year out.
So now, which means the Constitution of Nigeria is not being adhered to.
It's not being adhered to.
And then, who are the people that you think manipulate the Constitution to fit into their own interest?
You see, that's why if you look at mostly at the National Assembly, the Red Chamber and the Green Chamber, you discover that anytime anybody defects, there will be a protest that the seat should be declared vacant and all that. So the truth of the matter is, when somebody defects from a party to another party, the onus is on the political party that is losing that particular person and the position to actually, bring the issue in front of the law so that the right thing can be done. If you keep quiet, it will go like that. But if you take the issue to court, that by the Electoral Act and all that, the recent one, these things has been spelled out. So you want these things to be enforced. If you are leaving a party to your daughter, you drop the position and go.
All right, Ambassador James Benjamin, a political analyst. You have been watching Inside Politics coming to you from Frontline TV. So as we now continue, though we have just a few more minutes to go, in systems where party strengthens or the strength of a party determines the governance, mass defections can alter power balances without fresh elections. Now, this can result in unstable governments, weakened oppositions, and legislative gridlock. Now, during a campaign season, such instability can escalate tensions, fuel political polarization, and in extreme cases, provoke civil unrest as supporters react emotionally to perceived political manipulation. Now, furthermore, political defection during campaigns often encourages a lot of things that we know Nigeria is known of, but they're trying to nip it in the bud, which is what corruption and patronage politics. Now, defectors may be rewarded with political appointments, financial incentives, and electoral favors. This practice normalizes the ideas that loyalty and ideology are commodities that can be traded, weakening ethical standards in public office. Now, over time, governance becomes less about competence and accountability and more about political bargaining. How will you react to that?
Yeah, you see, governance is supposed to be about accountability, about intelligence, about capacity, about delivering the dividends of democracy to the common man on the street, not about figures.
And the common man is that person that has actually been relegated to the background.
And is still the same person that brings them into power.
And still on voting day, they're still being expected to go out and vote.
So governance revolves around capacity, ability to deliver, intelligence, your leadership quality and style. But you see, this political maneuver we are seeing in the Nigerian political ecosystem is not actually a good one. Because what is being done now is people are rewarded whether they have the capacity or not. People are just rewarded with positions just because of the political contribution they bring to the table. For example, you could just go and see a minister of finance without having any knowledge of finance. You just see somebody given a position without having any backup, any intelligence backup to that. Then how effective or efficient do you expect the person to be? So if we continue in this direction, at the end of the day, we'll end up bringing the nation Nigeria to its knees. So the truth of the matter is leadership should be given priority when it comes to political activities. Get the right person in the right position and the people will see the right result.
All right, now before I let you go, James Benjamin, is Nigeria ready for a one-party system government?
My simple answer is this. Because of the high level of corruption in Nigeria, because of the diverse religious, organizations in Nigeria, ethnic groups and all that, one-party system cannot work in Nigeria. You see, the essence of opposition is actually to bring the government of the day under check. It's actually a model for check and balance. So when there is no opposition in a country like Nigeria, I think what we are going to see will be far, far, far more than what we have seen in other African countries. So the truth of the matter, we are not yet ready for a one-party system of government, one-party political system. We just need opposition voices. What is bringing America, what is bringing check and balance in America is today, if Democrat is there, Republicans will be there to checkmate them, checkmate their policies, checkmate their decisions and their spending, until that is done. Because I don't see the three arms of government checkmating it. They are actually supposed to be the model for check and balance, but I don't see them doing that. And so the best system that can do that is the political opponents that can actually bring the government of the day into a corner where it has to be very careful into. If not, you will see a decision that will throw the country into chaos.
Then what will you say about the Independent National Electoral Commission? Have they actually taken their stand on this issue, or they're just quiet and laying low?
You see, for INEC, as it were, INEC is, let's just give the benefit of doubt to the new man in the INEC, but in the past, INEC has not actually been living up to its responsibility. Now, these are things we see in Africa, and they are very embarrassing. Look at Ugandan election. That few days to election, internet is cut off. There is this, ballot stocking and all that and all that. This is 21st century, for God's sake. Look at the last election. In the middle of uploading result, you are telling us there is a glitch. This is 21st century, for God's sake. And until leaders are elected by the people, accountability will be far from the people.
Well, there you have it. We've been talking about this issue of defection. We're going to leave it to you to decide whether it is a good thing or it is a bad thing, whether it's a good omen or it's a bad omen. You can leave your thoughts on the comment section, and we definitely will get back to you. Thanks for watching Frontline TV, and the program has been Inside Politics. Thank you so much, Ambassador James Benjamin, for coming on to the program that has to do with defection in times like this that politicking in a way have already commenced. So we're going to be inviting you later on so that you can be expatiating on some issues that has to do with the political development in our own dear state where we are now.
My pleasure.
So thanks for watching. Musa Calvin is my name, your host on the program Inside Politics from Frontline TV. See you again next time. Bye for now.